friends, how you doing? Well, out here this morning in my 50-degree weather, which for some of you all that's really, really cold, and for others it's not really cold at all. I've been reading in this Springs in the Valley, and it's kind of tattered at this point. I probably need to buy a new one, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And I've had a couple of really, really good devotionals in here that I want to go back and share with you. And one of them was from yesterday. That was really, really good. Oh, if I can find it. Here it is. This is from Jude 24. Now unto him that he is able to keep you from falling, and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy. Sorry about the dogs. Awake that word, and keep and hold it close to your heart, tonight and tomorrow. It is one of the greatest and magnificent messages of the gospel. He is able to keep you from falling. Put the word you into all weakness, all the unworthiness, all the sinfulness which belongs to man since the fall. Yet he is able to keep you. He does not underrate the disadvantage of its being you when he abides his messengers. He says he is able to keep you from falling. It would be impossible, utterly impossible, were it not undertaken by infinite love. Look out and up, then look up from the vast depth of your weakness, perhaps your mysteriously inherited weakness. Look out of your failure, out to some temptation, inward or outward, inherently so to speak from yourself, your own unfaithfulness in the past. Look up out of your ruined purposes unto himself. Being what he is, keeper of Israel, God of the promises, Lord of the sacrifice, Prince of peace, present Savior, indwelling power, he is able to keep you that your feet shall not totter. They shall stand in a large room, for they shall hold on straight. At least they enter step by step, for it is one step at a time, even then, when the gates into the city, through the gates into the city. Okay, let's take a second and dive into this just a little bit. Now, when I read this the first time, I was like, huh? Keep. We keep house. We keep food from spoiling. We take care of it, right? We keep from doing something. Okay? I keep myself from drowning. I just don't go in the water. Okay? Because I don't swim very well. Okay? At least that's how I interpret it. So when I read this, I was like, okay, he is to keep us. He keeps us from failing. He keeps us from falling. Not failing, I'm sorry, falling. He keeps us from falling. And to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy. He is able to keep you from falling. Put the word you in all the weakness, all the unworthiness, all the sinfulness which belongs to man since the fall. Yet he is able to keep you. He does not underrate the disadvantage of it being you when he abides his messengers. Say he is able to keep you from falling. It would be impossible if it were not undertaken with infinite love. Because we fall every day. We fail every day. Okay? I got annoyed with the dogs because they're in there barking. I don't have infinite love. I don't have the kind of love that Jesus did. Or does. We would see them with the heart of God. So if God is to keep us from falling, if he is to keep us from falling, that is to say that he wraps us in his love. That he, in our weakness, he tends to love us in a way that no one else can. Because we have the human condition. We are born into a fallen world. Okay, we just fail, we just fall, we just falter, we just do because we're human. And to try not to is to give us and put us up to a standard that is impossible to achieve. And that's why we have Jesus, because without Jesus, we could not live in the world without being of the world. He teaches us. He is the great teacher. He teaches us to love and to treat others as we would want to be treated ourselves, and to do for others as we want to be done for us. We should never, my husband says this all the time, we should never want less for others than we do for us. And so if you go out into the world, into your community, into your neighborhood, and you want something less for someone else than you do for yourself, then there's something wrong somewhere. You're not walking your love walk. And I found myself there a lot of times, and I've had to check myself a lot of times, and that is falling. Because, our greatest commandment is to love. And if we fall, we fail. We don't live up to that, not nearly as well as we should. Okay? We should always walk through this life with eyes that love, with the eyes of Jesus, so that we can love each other and we can love ourselves, and we can bring ourselves into that fruition of being aware and being awake, and knowing that there are a lot of hurting people in this world. A lot. Many. And this world is not getting any easier. And I hope, but it is probably going to get a lot worse before it gets any better. And we have to be kind. And I'm not saying be a doormat. No, don't be a doormat. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? Just don't. Alright, stand up for yourself. If somebody's being outright nasty, you can be firm without being totally mean. But there does come a point in time, and the Bible does say this, that we just have to. But be aware, and don't cross that line unless you have to. And in the meantime, you're going to fail, you're going to fall, and our weakness is made, or in our weakness there is strength, because we have Jesus. We have God. And there is light in that, because He is light. Okay? Hope this made sense. I'm trying to drink some coffee. My old broken down book. Like I said, this is Springs in the Valley, and it was written, I think, back in the 60s, and I think you can get new copies of it online on Amazon and stuff. So, if you want to do that, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Bye now.